Coming up on KVR News, which apartment complex is getting a reputation for danger?
Also, the UT community celebrates Halloween.
And one recent UT graduate makes his mark in the Austin restaurant business.
All this and more on KVR News, Austin's leader for live, local UT coverage.
Broadcasting live from the Texas Student Television Studios at the University of Texas. You're watching KVR News at 9, Austin's leader for live local UT coverage. Your news starts right now.
Happy Halloween and welcome to KVR News. I'm Taylor Turner.
And I'm Chelsea Jones.
For most students, living in West Campus apartment is safe, but not for Jefferson 26 resident Amanda Winslow. Amanda was stabbed after a night out. The attack left a scar that has her wanting to move far away. KVR's Natalie He has a detail on what happened that night.
The paint on this Jefferson 26 window behind me says it would be scary living anywhere else. But for one resident, living here is scary.
I saw a guy standing there facing the pool, and I didn't think anything of it because it's not out of the ordinary.
It was nothing out of the ordinary for Amanda Winslow, just another night out partying with her friends. But when walking back to her apartment, she took the elevator instead of the stairs.
Next thing I know, he has one arm around my arms and one arm on my face real fast. He moved his arm, pulled out a knife, and just slashed me, and then he turned and sprinted away.
Amanda started bleeding and had to act fast.
What do I do now? I need to get to the hospital. Who can I call? But at this point, it's 2 o'clock in the morning.
Amanda wrapped a towel around her arm and drove herself to the hospital. She called her parents, who drove from Houston to Austin that night. The next day, they tried contacting Jefferson 26 and the police, but did not receive any help.
We waited till 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock the next day when the office opened, and my dad went and told him, and they were basically just oh, that's unfortunate. Kind of sucks for her.
This is the same hallway that Amanda walked through to get home that night. If you look down the hallway, there's not one camera installed.
The guy that does look at, run the videotapes and look at him says that people get attacked all the time.
But few people know about these incidents. We spoke with several of Amanda's neighbors, and they all said this attack was news to them. So we contacted Graystar, who owns Jefferson 26. They responded with a statement saying, quote, "We are cooperatively working with the police in the investigation of the alleged incident."
Every time I walk by J26, my hands start shaking, and I don't like walking by it at all. I'll go a different route just not to walk by it because it scares me.
Natalie He, KVR News.
Graystar declined to comment on any further plans they have to install more cameras and increase security. APD Detective Paul Bideny also declined to comment because he said that the case is now part of public litigation.
This weekend, Austin police arrested nearly 40 Occupy Austin protesters. Although the group was communicating well with police orders beginning October 6th, that changed when police posted rules not to allow the distribution of food overnight a day and a half ago. Police arrested 20 protesters at 12:30 a.m. Sunday when they linked arms around a food distribution table. Later that same night, at 2 a.m., police arrested 18 prosecutors when they refused to move a scheduled power wash of the premise was about to take place. Yesterday, city officials asked Occupy Austin to appoint leaders to ensure better communication.
The United Nations Population Division estimates the population of the Earth passed 7 billion today. While it is impossible to know exactly where or when the 7th billion baby will be born, many demographers believe that the developing country, like India, will be the location. The 7th billion mark comes about 12 years after the world's population reached 6 billion. In comparison, the world's population in the 1960s was merely 3 billion. Demographers estimate that the world's population will pass 8 billion in 10 to 14 years.
Yesterday, UT organizations got together to host Longhorn Halloween. The annual celebration is for UT faculty, staff, students, and their families. Many families came to the Frank Irwin Center yesterday afternoon to enjoy games, crafts, face painting, and even a haunted house.
Harry Potter Fest celebration today. The SAC was transformed into Hogwarts, allowing students a taste of what the Magical Institute was like. The event included Harry Potter trivia contests, a life-size chess game, and even a place to get temporary dark mark tattoos. Rooms were reserved for both viewing of all Harry Potter films and a class on defense against the dark arts. After all that, students could get pictures in their wizard hats at the tournament in Games Committee's instant photo booth.
While this Halloween weekend was host to a number of fun-filled activities for UT students, an organization by the name of Real Role Models had plans only to provide for the at-risk students of Josephine Houston Elementary School. The organization spent their Friday evening assisting teachers and staff with the annual Halloween Carnival. They helped with various game booths, face painting stations, and got a chance to channel their inner monster in the school's haunted classroom.
This fall festival the past 3 years now. This was the first year that we actually had a haunted classroom type thing. So it was really important to have them here to help me run this whole thing because I couldn't have done it myself.
Despite the poor economy, Halloween sales are expected to be higher than ever before. The National Retail Federation expects total spending to reach $7 billion, up from $5.8 billion last year. While Halloween sales are expected to rise by 6% this year, Christmas sales are only expected to rise by 1%. The increase in popularity of Halloween has caused more stores than ever before to stock Halloween merchandise. More than 161 million Americans are expected to participate in Halloween-related activities of some sort, spending an average of $72 per person. Next on KVR News, PTS is working to change parking on campus in hopes of cutting down the number of cars on the road.
And how a newly discovered superfruit can benefit your health. Stay tuned for more.
You're watching KVR News at 9. Your campus, your news.
Several important deadlines are coming up. Tomorrow is the last day for undergrad students to withdraw from the university or drop a class. It is also the last day to change a class from pass or fail credit. Talk to your advisor or go onto your UT Direct page to make adjustments.
Also, December 24th is the last day for UT students to use the mail.utexas.edu mail addresses. UT is asking students to switch to the new Gmail accounts by this date. Students can forward the old accounts to their new addresses on the current webmail page.
Last week on campus, Parking and Transportation Services and Student Government held their first ever town hall meeting. The meeting was open to all students and discussed parking on campus, permits, citations, and alternative transportation. With the increasing amount of traffic on and around campus, the City of Austin has come up with an incentive plan in hopes of cutting down the number of cars on the road. Alternative Transportation Manager Blanca Juarez described the way students can earn incentive points.
I carpooled for lunch one day. I rode the bus in to go to class. I rode my bike to a movie. You log all of that, including the miles, and it generates a point system, and that point system.
Not only will this program lower the amount of traffic around campus, but students will also be rewarded if they log their use of alternative transportation methods.
It's a new energy drink on the market, but unlike anything you've ever seen or tried before. Ignite is different. It's good for you. In fact, it's so good for you, the FDA deemed it as a dietary supplement. Their secret ingredient is coffee berry. Coffee berry is the name for the planted process that stabilizes the superfruit called coffee fruit. Sozo is a referral marketing company in Austin that owns the patent. Sozo now sells 3 coffee berry products: Ignite, the functional beverage, and the Sozo Select Coffee Powder. They're targeting college students who are always on the go and don't have time to maintain a healthy diet. Dr. Laisa of the South Austin says she recommends this drink to her patients because of its tremendous health benefits.
Berry, or the coffee fruit, has between 40 and 41 times the antioxidant levels of the acai berry. And for a while they thought that was going to be the highest antioxidant level of anything they'd ever find. So this one, you have to have a chart. If you do a chart on the computer, you have to have it sized funny just so you can have it this on the same scale. You know, it just these are too small.
Recent UT graduate Michael Hine just opened a local business. Despite the current economy, his business is growing. Hine is co-founder and CEO of Vert's Kebab. Vert's is a chain of restaurants the CEO launched after graduating in Austin. He said that the McCombs program gave him the tools and ideas to commercialize a German-imported fast food restaurant. He believes Austin was the perfect location to set up his business.
I would say Austin is very open to new restaurant concepts. It's a very alternative city. It's a very open-minded city to food. We see a lot of international influence here, different trends, local foods, certain types of green food, vegetarian. There's a lot of different interest groups of
Verts will continue expanding. Besides opening new restaurants, Verts also developed the innovative idea to go meet the consumer around Austin with fully equipped food trucks. Verts will start serving on Congress and 6th Street next week.
The grand opening of the Co-op Market on Guadalupe Street was a big hit this weekend for on and off-campus UT students. The market opened on Friday. It sells basic groceries as well as natural, organic, Texas-made products. Some of its other features include a coffee bar, patio area, and Wi-Fi connection. Special discounts are also available for UT students.
No Shave November is here, until November ends at least. Men, in some cases women, step away from all their shaving equipment and undergo a hairy 30-day adventure for a cause. Participants convert their beards into art and compete with each other. Creations in order to raise awareness for prostate cancer. This hairy movement was inspired by worldwide cancer awareness efforts. Last year's fundraising record was $42 million, and by the number of participants, this year's outcome is quite promising.
Coming up next on KVR News.
Weather expert Wendy Wright will be live in the tower to give us this week's weather update.
Have a news tip or story idea? Call the KVR News tip line, 475-8181.
Well, Chelsea, the weather's been very temperamental lately.
You know, Taylor, I've learned to bring 2 outfits everywhere I go, a bathing suit and a coat.
Let's go to our weather expert, Wendy Reichstein, live at the tower for this week's forecast. Wendy?
Thanks, ladies. Well, the cold front we've been expecting has finally arrived, and although we experienced a beautiful sunny day with a high of 78 today, temperatures now are a bit more appropriate for this time of year, with a low of around 54 degrees. The cold front is expected to last throughout the week, but it may bring some slight showers along with it. Let's take a look at our 6-day forecast. Tomorrow looks to be a beautiful day with sunny skies and a high of 79. With partly cloudy skies into the night, our temperatures are expected to dip down quite a bit again, but it won't be as cold as tonight. Look for a low of 61. On Wednesday, we may see some patchy fog in the morning, and cloudy skies will last throughout the day. However, the weather will stay warm with a high of 80. Prepare for a slight chance of showers and winds up to 25 miles per hour Wednesday night with a low around 56. On Thursday, there's a 20% chance of rain. However, we will get some reprieve with partly sunny skies and a beautiful temperature near 70. Also prepare for winds of 30 miles per hour throughout the day. For those of you going out Thursday night, make sure to dress accordingly, as we will see temperatures drop as low as 50 with 25 mile per hour gusts. Friday is going to be a beautiful one with mostly sunny skies and a high of 80. If you're headed out Friday night, skies will be partly cloudy and temperatures will be cool with a low of only 67 degrees. For Saturday, expect a 20% chance of thunderstorms with mostly cloudy skies and a high of 80 on this game day. Cloudy skies will continue into the evening as temperatures drop around 60. On Sunday, we'll have a high near 77 with partly cloudy skies, but may see a small thunderstorm throughout the day. It looks like our chance of rain will only be 20% though, and skies should clear up by nightfall for a low of 61. Well, it looks like cooler weather has finally arrived in Texas. Although the nights will be pretty chilly, the days should stay beautiful and warm, at least for a while. For those of you going out to celebrate Halloween tonight, you may want to bring a light jacket, as temperatures are supposed to dip into the low 50s. November is right around the corner, but it looks like fall weather is coming with it, so pull out those boots and sweaters. Reporting from the tower, Wendy Reichstein, KVR News.
Thanks, Wendy. Next on KVR News, College Press Box Dylan Carter will be in the studio with the latest on Longhorn football.
Stay tuned. You're watching KVR News, Austin's leader for live, local UT coverage.
Now, KVR News at 9 Sports.
After 14 seasons as head coach for Longhorn football, Mack Brown has been selected to be included into the 2011 Texas Sports Hall of Fame. During Brown's career at Texas, the Longhorn have made 4 BCS appearances, winning 3 out of 4. On top of that, he's led the team to a total of 12 9-win seasons in the last 13 years, making him the most winning active coach in college football. Mack Brown is already a member of the Longhorn Hall of Fame, joining Darrell K. Royal as the second coach in UT history to reach 100 wins. he and 10 others will be inducted into the Hall of Fame in February 2012. For more information about tickets, you can check out our Twitter at twitter.com/KVR News.
And now it's time for KVR Sports on News. It was a very exciting weekend for the Longhorns with a shutout win against Kansas.
We have College Press Box Dylan Carter here in the studio. Dylan, how do you think Texas will fare against Tech this weekend?
Well, Texas should beat Texas Tech. Tech's coming off a very disappointing loss against an Iowa State team that's really at the bottom of the Big 12. Texas, on the other hand, coming off a Kansas victory with a 43-point shutout. Their confidence is going to be high. That should carry over into this weekend's game. Texas should roll against Texas Tech. Now let's go out to DKR Stadium for the highlights from this weekend's football game against Kansas. First and goal from the Kansas 6, David Ash hands off to Malcolm Brown. Seeing nothing left, cuts it back up to the middle right. He's into the end zone. Texas up 7-0. In the second quarter, after a failed fourth-down conversion by Texas, Kansas quarterback Jordan Webb's pass is incomplete, defended by Adrian Phillips and Kenny Vaccaro. Texas up 16-0. Later in the second quarter from the Kansas 7, David Ash's pass is tipped, picked off in the end zone by Greg Brown, giving Kansas the ball at the 20. But on the following drive, Jackson Jeffcoat says, "Don't run on Texas," a 5-yard loss on the play. On the next Texas drive, David Ash flushed out of the pocket, rolls left looking for Shipley. Shipley would go down on his right knee. He would have to leave the game with a knee injury. But Texas would avenge their fallen comrade. Malcolm Brown punches it in from the 1-yard line, his second touchdown on the day. Texas up 23-0 at this point. Still in the second quarter on 3rd down and 9, Jordan Webb's pass is picked off by Quandre Diggs. At the Kansas 38, Tucker's 52-yard field goal is money. Texas up 26-0 at half. Is that Blaine Irby in a costume? No, it's Thor. Jordan Webb is sacked by Alex Okafor, a loss of 8 yards and a forced fumble. KU would recover. Jordan Webb is sacked again by Chris Whaley, loss of 9 yards, a Kansas punt. Webb was 7 for 16 on the day with 48 yards and 1 interception. Joe Bergeron rushes for 21 yards for a Texas score to make it 33-0. Jordan Webb's pass to Brandon Bourbon for 20 yards, fumble forced by Keenan Robin, recovered by Christian Scott. Texas settles for a field goal to make it 36-0 on the day. Joe Bergeron would run for a 33-yard touchdown to make it 43-0 Texas on the day. They would settle for that score with a 43-0 shutout. Thanks.
Thanks, Dylan. Coming up next, Kim Kardashian and Chris Humphrey call it quits. All the details next.
You're watching KVR News, your campus, your news.
You're watching KVR News at 9. Your campus, your news.
Well, once again, it's time for your weekly dose of entertainment news.
Matilda Garudrol is live in the studio to give us the Hollywood 411. Matilda?
Thank you, ladies. According to E! News, socialite Kim Kardashian will be filing for divorce with her new hubby, Chris Humphries. Ryan Seacrest, the producer of her reality TV show, confirmed the news earlier today on Twitter. The two have been married for just over 72 days, and while decided the usual irreconcilable differences, Kim has promised to announce a more detailed reason and explanation soon. For the past few weeks, rumors have stirred about trouble in their marriage, since the two have been making solo appearances without their wedding rings. Well, they say fairy tales are too good to be true. British singing sensation Adele is now scheduled to undergo short surgery to repair an aggravated vocal cord hemorrhage. Adele already revealed in the beginning of the month that she would be cancelling her tour, and unfortunately, her voice did not heal properly. On a good note, the surgery is considered not invasive and the singer should be fully recovered within a few months. Until then, fans can see her perform on her Live at Royal Albert Hall DVD coming out in November. Get well soon, girl. It's Halloween, and the stars have been out to celebrate. Hands down, Heidi Klum's human body costume takes the cake as one of the top costumes of the weekend. Known for her all going out with her Halloween costumes, We aren't too surprised with Klum's fabulous and unrecognizable appearance. Good job, girls. Also in the ranks is Dwayne Wayne, who dressed up as Justin Timberlake this year. Also, the scene's color is a little bit too pasty and the major height difference. We'll give Dwayne points for humor. Last, Kim Kardashian as Poison Ivy was very impressive. She was completely unrecognizable. Maybe she should stick with the headwear look. Overall, the stars impressed us this weekend and we are excited to see what they'll dress about tonight.
Thanks, Matilda. Well, that's all the time we have.
Stay tuned for College Press Box and have a safe Halloween.